Hello there. My name is Leah. I would like to present you and walk you through an application called Financial Atom. This is the one of the two prototypes that we have, and this specific prototype is representing just two tasks for the user. So Financial Atom, let's take a look and walk you through as you are the user. So what we took and what we did was a pain-free onboarding process with as many little possible steps to take. So let's say I am an investor. The thing that when you deal with compliances, you are going to deal with a lot of information and data to give as a user. So we started by simplifying the entire process for the user in order to make it as pain-free and as fast as possible in order for him to use it or for her to use it. So let's take a look. So we're going to verify the social security. If it's not working, is there, and then you have choices between social security, bank account, earning periods that you will have to answer. So you will have to answer to all of those questions. So let's add the bank account, then let's add the earning period, and we are all set after the social security. So in this particular process, we decided to include a bot, a VUI called Justine, and Justine has a very unusual role is that she's guiding the user. This actual application cannot be used if you are not an active user into it and actually actively investing your money into it, to avoid all type of abandonment or all type of ghosting of the application. So Justine is going to walk you through the first step, which will be to book a financial advisor. The financial advisor is part of the hyper-personalization process and concept of the application, which will allow you to have a measure customized, appropriated for each user situation and context plan in order to start investing. You can start investing as little as $100 to up to $300,000. So let's take a look to all of the financial advisors choices that we have. You can scroll. However, we're going to start with the first one. On this specific screen, you can see a small resume, very brief, because we realized that users didn't necessarily like to read too many information and data. So a very brief sum up of the financial advisor background, all of the reviews. You can also filter and customize your own type of search if you feel like it. But let's say that in this specific case, we will continue with Jody Schwartz. So we are arriving at onboarding screen in order to full book an appointment, customize a plan with the financial advisor. You can set a time, select a date. You still have the profile, and let's say I'm doing all of those tasks and I will continue. In 3 easy steps, you just have booked an appointment with your financial advisor and you are directly being taken on the chat. What we like to do is that the financial advisor will be assisted or assisting the user immediately or almost immediately with a certain wait time. So you can actually chat with your user. Let's say Jody Schwartz is available, she booked the appointment, and we have a video call with the user and the financial advisor. During that video call, they are going to put a plan, a hyper-personalized plan, just for the user, as well as his context, as well as his projection. So we have here the genesis, the present, and especially the future, which will be completely determined and a determining point for this specific application in order to grow within the application. We want really the objective and the goal. I mean, I like to say the objective because it's more concrete. The objective is really for the user to use it long term in order to grow wealth. If you feel like you outgrew this application, we will adapt. But as of now, it is really the vision and the function of the application. So let's say we are all set. Justin walk you through, and we can finally start investing. As we discussed, this application you cannot be a ghosted user. So your first appointment is completely free. After, you can rebook an appointment if you think that you have achieved your objective, that you want to grow again. You can rebook an appointment with a financial advisor, but as of now, Justine is walking you through the process on how you're going to start investing. So investment was a challenge because we really realized as UX designer that we were asking the user to take the hardware world and his information and his personal and private data into our software. So let's say we facilitated this in 3 very easy steps. Let's say that I'm putting on the first amount. Everything is designed for disabilities. You can do it by voice. You can even enter the amount by voice, and you're gonna continue, and then you can select a plan and payment plan that you already pre-discussed that with your financial advisor. So you have a choice between a short-term investment, an harmony investment, and a long-term investment. Let's say that for this one, I am just doing my first step, I'm testing out the water, and I'm starting to invest. So I would like to continue. I'm entering finally my amount, and I am all set, and I can finally use my application. So the results are immediate. While we were doing our user research, we realized that most of the people in interviews and usability tests and user interviews and user scenarios wanted or had the desire to start investing in real estate. Real estate was definitely the most popular plan. The only problem that we were facing with real estate is that it demands a lot of cash. It demands a large amount of cash that people don't necessarily have. And what Financial Atom is doing is that it's creating opportunities for the users or for people to start building wealth with very little amount of money. If you can start to know how to grow $1 into $2 into $10, you can probably know how to grow 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 1,000,000, etc., etc. So we divided all of those between equity, and all of the real estate plans are partial equity of real estate, of real estate construction, ready to be rented. You do not need a large amount of cash. You can literally start investing $100. The more you invest, the more you're going to grow as it goes. That's just logic. But it immediately shows you how many equities do you have. So let's say that in this present user, you have 32 active projects on hand. You can see your growth. You can see each of the projects completely. You can scroll down and see the individual projects, where they are located, etc., etc. Let's say that for now, my plan is being upgraded and I really want to access finally the menu. So the menu, we have come to several different trials. This is the final look of the menu. We have come with at least 5 or 6 different menus. So this one presents the 4 main functions of the application, as well as your financial. This is called financial goal, but we changed it to financial objective, because an objective, we realized that objective was way more concrete than a goal. A goal is a desired achievement. However, an objective is way less abstract and is talking about the concrete things that can happen. And here we really want the user to deal with concrete and authentic results. That's very important. So the first is to present the result. Then you're gonna have the form and features. So those form and features are particularly organized as a kind of like a round or circle, because it follows the circular movement that the thumb can go. And we have installed the physicality of the user inside of the design of the menu in terms of UI. You can go to news and investment, you can go to building a Roth IRA, and so on. So let's say I would like to invest, because this is the second part of my plan, in opening a Roth IRA. So I'm trying, and I'm seeing like the dividend that I already have made from my investment. I'm seeing the data available. I am seeing all of my objective for the next month. I'm seeing my immediate results, and this is where I have to go. And that's pretty much how it goes. The Roth IRA is divided, and you can see that in the other application that represents the whole entire ecosystem, but it would be way too long to expose that right now. You can also invest into stocks. You can have news of investment and filter the news of investment thanks to an AI algorithm with news that just are fitted and made for you, and book another appointment with a financial advisor if you think that you are hitting a desert type of if you feel that you are not growing enough, or if you think that you are not growing at all, or your investment, you can definitely rebook another appointment with your financial advisor anytime. The bot is really extremely present in this particular portfolio. And as well, I would like to conclude, because we are coming at the end. All done. I would like to conclude on all the lessons that I have learned throughout the project that are extremely important for me as a designer, to share my discoveries, to share my growth, to share what I have learned with my users. So the first lesson is that I had to really deep dive into a very complex domain, which was finances, break down finances from a UX perspective, which represented finances in the real world, the actual world, and which represented the desires that the user had. So I had to really ask very poignant question, and in order to fill in the experience gap and know what was preoccupying the users, and how to transform really a desire into a concrete actual objective. So in order to do that, I had to ask, like, how is this used to accomplish X, Y, and Z? You are going to deal with a lot of data, so there will be a lot of UX data implementation or interaction design, or data interaction design to be implemented in the future. And how do we use this? How can we improve that? What are the series of emotions that you are going through? Do you ever feel joy? Also, because joy is a very big part of a user or people using any type of things. You have to enjoy whatever you are doing, otherwise it's going to lead to frustration, it's going to lead to pain, it's going to lead to anger, and a probable abandonment or ghosting of the application. So when is this was this very plain to you? What are the feeling that you are experiencing? And what I really learned is that the process of success can be kickstarted by having a lot of humility facing the users or the shareholders of a project. So in order to do that, you really have to understand why is something not working, how many ways are wrong, what are the pain point that the people can experience using it, what are the desire, what is abstract goals that we can actually transform and transcend into actual objective. So that were big points of lesson gain. After we are really developing difficult things under pressure, and altruism was a very big part of the process, because you are talking about how to create wealth for someone else in order to fill in the problem of the poverty pockets gaps that will occur, and that is actually occurring right now with the post AI or AI revolution. It always have been, but it is just a problem that is actually existing, and that's how we based our product. The problem that we are solving is the poverty pocket gaps that will and is actually indeed occurring right now. And in order to do that, you have to start building wealth. In order to start building wealth, if you are working as a person, you absolutely have to have your money working for you, and that is our total answer to the problem, and I believe it is a successful one. Thank you very much to have listened to this presentation, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Good luck.